You know that moment when your cat stares at you from across the room and you wonder what they are thinking. Behind those enigmatic eyes lies a world of emotions we often miss. Cats feel things deeply: joy, fear, contentment, and yes, even hurt. But here is the thing. Many of us, despite loving our feline companions with everything we have, accidentally wound their sensitive hearts without ever realizing it. Let me take you through the invisible mistakes we make, the ones that leave our cats feeling confused, rejected, or misunderstood. First, consider how we respond when they bring us gifts. Picture this. Your cat trots into the kitchen, a mouse or a bird carefully placed at your feet, tail high with pride. And what do most of us do? We shriek, we scold, we shoo them away in horror. But from their perspective, they just brought you treasure. In the wild, cats share their catches with their family. When they lay that offering before you, they are saying, "I trust you. I provide for you. You are my family." When we react with disgust or anger, we reject not just the gift, but the bond they are trying to strengthen. They do not understand why their gesture of love is met with frustration. A gentle thank you, followed by quietly disposing of the gift later, honors their instinct without encouraging more hunting. Then there is the matter of punishment. Cats do not think like dogs. They do not connect punishment with past actions the way we hope they will. When your cat knocks over a plant and you yell at them an hour later, they have absolutely no idea why you are upset. All they know is that suddenly, without warning, their favorite person is angry at them. This creates anxiety and fear. Cats thrive on consistency and calm. Punishment fractures the trust between you because they cannot learn from it. They can only learn to fear unpredictability. Instead of scolding, redirection and positive reinforcement build the relationship they crave. We also hurt them when we force affection on our terms rather than theirs. Cats are not dogs who tolerate endless hugs and squeezes. They have boundaries, clear signals they send when they want space. The tail twitching, the ears folding back, the subtle shift away from your hand. When we ignore these signs and continue petting, holding, or kissing them anyway, we violate their autonomy. Imagine someone continuing to touch you after you said no. It feels invasive, uncomfortable. Cats experience this too. Over time, forced affection erodes their trust. They start avoiding you, not because they do not love you, but because they have learned you do not respect their limits. The beautiful thing about cats is that they choose to show affection. When we let them come to us on their terms, the bond becomes infinitely stronger. Another mistake lives in how we handle their environment. Cats are territorial creatures who find security in familiarity. When we constantly rearrange furniture, move their litter box, or change their favorite sleeping spots without consideration, we destabilize their entire world. Their safe spaces disappear overnight. The layout they memorized and trusted shifts without warning. This creates stress that manifests in behaviors we often misinterpret: spraying, hiding, aggression. They are not being difficult. They are expressing the only way they know how that their sanctuary no longer feels safe. Small, gradual changes help, but abrupt overhauls leave them feeling unmoored in what should be their refuge. We also wound them through neglect of their social needs. There exists this myth that cats are solitary, aloof creatures who do not need interaction. Some cats are more independent, yes, but most crave connection. They want playtime, conversation, acknowledgement. When we adopt a cat and then essentially ignore them, leaving them alone for long stretches without enrichment or engagement, loneliness seeps in. Cats get bored. They get depressed. That cat who suddenly starts acting out, knocking things over, or meowing constantly might just be desperately trying to tell you they feel invisible. They need you to see them, to play with them, to talk to them. Even 10 minutes of dedicated attention can transform their entire day. Then there is the issue of how we introduce changed new pets, new people, new babies. We get so caught up in our own excitement or stress that we forget how seismic these shifts are for our cats. From their perspective, a stranger has invaded their territory and their position in the family hierarchy suddenly feels uncertain. When we do not properly introduce new members, give our cats time to adjust, or reassure them that they still matter, they internalize rejection. They might hide, become aggressive toward the newcomer, or withdraw entirely. This is not jealousy in the petty sense, it is genuine fear that they have been replaced, that they no longer belong. Slow introductions, maintained routines, and continued one-on-one time reassure them that love is not a finite resource. Finally, we hurt them when we do not recognize their pain. Cats are masters at hiding discomfort. In the wild, showing weakness makes you prey. So when your cat is suffering from dental pain, arthritis, or internal illness, they often suffer in silence. We miss the subtle signs: eating less, grooming differently, moving more carefully. And because they do not cry out, we assume everything is fine. Meanwhile, they endure pain alone, wondering perhaps why we do not help them, why we do not notice. Regular vet checkups matter not just for their physical health, but for their emotional well-being too. When we finally address their pain, the relief and trust in their eyes tells you everything about how long they waited for you to understand. Here is what all these mistakes have in common. They stem from misunderstanding who cats truly are. We project onto them what we want them to be, how we want them to behave, rather than accepting and honoring their nature. Cats are not small dogs. They are not aloof and uncaring. They are complex, sensitive beings with their own language, their own needs, their own ways of loving. The good news: every single one of these mistakes can be corrected. Awareness is the first step. Once you understand how your actions translate in their world, adjustment becomes possible. Learn their body language, respect their boundaries, maintain their security, engage with their minds and hearts. Notice when something seems off. Your cat chose you. In their own mysterious particular way, they let you into their world. They trust you with their vulnerability, even when they seem independent. They watch you, think about you, wait for you. Every time you come home, every time you sit down, they make a choice to be near you. The relationship between human and cat is unlike any other. It requires patience, observation, and a willingness to love on terms that are not entirely your own. But when you get it right, when you speak their language and honor their nature, the bond becomes something almost magical. That slow blink from across the room, the gentle head bump, the purring that vibrates through both your bodies. These are not small things. They are everything. Your cat has feelings, deep and real. They can be hurt just as they can be healed. The question is whether we will pay enough attention to see them, truly see them for who they are.